Good morning, everybody. Toast to you and all you do. We'll see if they'll light. Oh, there it is. It's so beautiful and foggy out this morning. I had to come over here where we could see some sun. It wasn't quite so foggy. I hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, you can hear my dog barking. See if one of the children goes and lets him in. Anyways, so today I want to talk about judging. There is so much judgment in this world. I'm so dark. Can you even see me? Let's see if I rotate like this. Oh, there we go. Hey, hi everybody. Now you can see me. Anyways, let's talk about judging. We live in this, at least in the American society, I mean, a lot of Western societies, I guess, are this way, but we live in this society where we are constantly judging not only ourselves, but other people. And most of us are not doing it to be malicious and mean and hateful. We're just comparing, I think, is where it kind of comes from. And then it goes to the extreme where suddenly we start comparing to the point where if you're different and you're not compared the same, then you're not as good. I think that many people really have to see and realize. The neighbors are leaving for work. Sorry, it might be loud. Have to realize that, one, the person that you're judging the most is you. And when you judge other people and you're looking at other people and you're like, hey, those people over there are doing this or that or whatever, really what you're doing is you're judging yourself. And so what is that saying about you and the standards? So we talked about the other day about what is motivating you and what is driving you. Now, when you start judging people, is that what's motivating you? Is your fear of judgment? I know it's a big motivator for me. Is your fear of judgment motivating you? Are you judging other people? And then that's what's motivating you, because you have to stand up to be that thing that you're judging, or you're judging against, I guess. God, so much judging. I hate judging, but we all judge. It's not like, I guess there's a spectrum of judging. We judge. Right now I'm judging that it's cold outside. I'm sure there are people out there who are like, this lady does her videos in her house coat. Well, it's 7:30 in the morning and it's cold outside. My house coat is warm. It's like my whoopee. Anyways. But really why? I guess the question is, why are you doing so much judging, and what is it that you're judging? So get out your journal and start writing down all of the judgments that you're making every day. Oh, I didn't like that girl's hair, or oh, she had a cute dress on, or whatever it may be. And start thinking about what you're judging and how that's affecting you and how it's affecting the people around you and how that's affecting your relationships. A lot of times when there is trouble in between people, judging is a big part of that. And when we start judging our spouses and our friends and our whatever, why? What are you judging? What are you asking for? What are you asking of them when you make that judgment? And start thinking about that. Start contemplating. We have so much racism going on right now. And not just between black and white people or whatever, but all over the place. Racism between politics, racism, I guess it's not racism. We have racism and ageism and politicism. COVIDism and so many different isms. Get over it. What does it matter? Why is your ism so much better than everybody else's ism? It is beyond me, and I just don't understand why you would spend so much time stressing about those kind of things and judging and worrying about that. We already have enough anxiety, worried about what people just walking down the street are judging, and your mom is judging, and your grandma's judging, and your uncle and your aunt and your neighbors and everybody in the whole world is judging you. There's already so much stress about that. Why make it worse? So get out your journals, get out your pens, get out all your stuff, start thinking about who you're judging and why you're judging and what you're judging yourself and why you're judging them and why you have these biases. So that's where judgment leads. Judgment leads to bias, and so you start judging and judging and judging, and then you're like, okay, well, now I've decided that this is where I am and this is my bias. And we start basing our choices off of that bias. So then think about what you're biased about. You know, I know that I personally am biased against bad parents. It just is one of those things. When I see parents who are being neglectful or messed up to their children, it hits a nerve and it upsets me, and I judge them. And they probably don't have the resources or the whatever in order to be a better parent, but that's where my bias comes from. I'm biased against people who want to bogart knowledge. I really have this ism against people who want to bogart knowledge, who want to, like, oh, you have to earn it in some weird way, or you have to, like, show that you've done something to earn this knowledge. No, knowledge is everywhere, and knowledge should be free, and knowledge should be shared. And this is what makes a better society. We're not bogarting the knowledge from those who don't deserve it. That's ridiculous. Even the geese agree. You hear them? They say, yes, share the knowledge, love each other. Anyways, and so, you know, what are you being biased against, and what is the point of that, and how much time and energy is it taking up in your life, and what is it serving you? I always like to watch those documentaries about people who used to be in, like, the KKK, but they're not anymore. They used to be in some crazy gang. It got dark again. Oh, there we go. And now they're not anymore, and they're sharing their wisdom and their whatever. Because they always come out the other side and they're like, I was wasting so much time and energy with this hate. So how much time and energy are you wasting with hate? Write that down. Think about it. Write it down. This is what I'm being biased against and why. You know, I always try to remind myself that you don't know until you've walked a mile in somebody else's shoes what they're going through. So how can I judge them? Because I don't know where they've been, and I don't know what they've done, and I don't know how they got to where they are. And I also remind myself that people make their choices with all of the information that they have at hand, and that's the information that they have. They wouldn't make those choices if they had different information. I mean, I guess let's just use a really silly kind of example, the difference between butter and margarine. Most people don't know that margarine stays soft at room temperature because they've chemically manipulated the structure of the margarine in order to do so. Now, inside your body, you don't have the mechanisms to break down margarine, and yet we've been told that it's better for us. So silly. But these two things that are just so apparent, slightly different, and but we've been told this thing, and so you spend all this energy and time, and you're like, this is better because it's soft. When really it's not. It's bad for you. It's a chemically mutated crap, but but you've just been told that, so you didn't have that information. So a lot of you who are watching this just now got the information that margarine stays soft because we have chemically mutated the molecule. But you didn't know that before just now, so for your whole life you've been making the choice, well, margarine is soft and it's easier to spread, and that's why I buy margarine instead of butter. But now you know. So now that you have that information, is that going to change the decision that you're making? Is that going to make you make a different decision? So what information do you have that you're basing off of your other information? So when you judge somebody else, what are you judging them for? Like, that's the question. What are you judging them for? Based off of what information that you have, and why. Like, you don't have all their information. They don't have all your information. If we shared information freely, we would all have more information, and then we could all make better choices. But hey, you know, that's why I'm against bogarting information. So, I just want everybody to stop today and think about who they're judging and why they're judging and what they're judging and what bias they've created and all of that kind of stuff. And write it down and start thinking about it. Start thinking about how much time you're wasting hating, how much time you're wasting with all of this animosity that you have for whatever reason. Think about it. Just think about it. I toast to you and all you do, and I hope that you have a fantastic day and that you are enlightened. Many blessings.